Do you ever find yourself lost in thought, pondering the big questions of life, the universe, and everything in between? You might be examining the intricate dance of human relationships, the vastness of cosmic possibility, or the silent whispers of your own inner world. And yet, instead of clarity or peace, you often feel a profound sense of sadness, an inexplicable ache, or a quiet weariness settled deep within your bones. It's a strange irony, isn't it? That those who dive deepest into the ocean of existence, those who dare to peel back the layers of reality and truly understand, often resurface not with treasures, but with heavier hearts. Why do the very minds capable of such profound insight and understanding seem to carry the heaviest burdens? Why do deep thinkers, the quiet observers and relentless questioners among us, often suffer the most? Perhaps you felt it yourself, that quiet unease, that lingering melancholy, that sense of being both intensely connected and strangely alone in a world that often seems content to skim the surface. To understand this unique burden, we must first acknowledge that deep thinking isn't merely a habit. It's often an inherent way of being, a wiring of the mind that perceives the world with an unusual depth and intensity. It's a gift, certainly, a capacity for profound insight, for seeing patterns where others see chaos, for understanding the unspoken currents beneath the surface of everyday life. But, like any powerful gift, it comes with a formidable shadow. Imagine having senses far more acute than anyone else's. You would hear the faintest whispers, see the most subtle shifts in light, feel the slightest changes in temperature. This heightened sensitivity might allow you to appreciate beauty others miss, but it would also mean you be overwhelmed by everyday noise, assaulted by bright lights, and constantly aware of discomfort others simply ignore. This is, in many ways, the experience of the deep thinker. Their senses for understanding are so refined that they pick up on the subtle disharmonies, the quiet suffering, and the profound inconsistencies that most people are shielded from by their more pragmatic or less introspective natures. One of the most immediate sources of suffering for the deep thinker is a heightened awareness of the world's imperfections. While others might see a flourishing garden, the deep thinker also sees the delicate balance, the potential for blight, the cycle of decay, and the quiet struggle for survival. They notice the cracks in the sidewalk, not just the path. They see the flaws in systems, the hypocrisy in institutions, the inconsistencies in human behavior, and the fundamental unfairness that permeates so much of existence. This isn't a cynical choice, it's a profound inability to ignore what is plainly visible to their perceptive minds. When someone makes a casual, thoughtless remark, a deep thinker doesn't just hear the words, they process the underlying assumptions, the implicit biases, the lack of empathy, and the ripple effect that such a remark might have. This constant, uninvited exposure to the world's ugliness, its suffering, and its pervasive imperfections can feel like a relentless assault on the soul. It makes it difficult to simply enjoy things without an awareness of their fleeting nature or the pain that might exist just beyond the frame. They carry the weight of this awareness, often feeling a low hum of disappointment or concern, even in moments that should be purely joyful. Coupled with this heightened awareness is an intensified capacity for empathy. Deep thinkers aren't just intellectual machines. They are often profoundly emotional beings who feel the suffering of others with a raw intensity. They don't just understand intellectually that poverty exists. They imagine the gnawing hunger, the cold nights, the desperate choices. They don't just read about war. They feel the terror, the loss, the unimaginable grief of those caught in its crossfire. Their minds connect the dots between individual actions and collective consequences, personal struggles and systemic injustices. This deep, almost porous empathy means they often absorb the pain of the world, carrying it within themselves as if it were their own. They feel the quiet desperation in a stranger's eyes, the unspoken worry of a friend, the collective anxiety of a society grappling with profound challenges. This makes it incredibly difficult to simply switch off or distance themselves from suffering. They yearn to alleviate it, to fix it, to understand its roots, and the inability to do so can lead to a crushing sense of helplessness and despair. It's a constant emotional labor, draining their reserves and leaving them feeling depleted, even when they haven't directly experienced the pain themselves. Their hearts are wide open, and the world often rushes in with all its messy, painful realities. Beyond the external world, the deep thinker's mind itself can become a source of immense suffering. Their brains are tireless engines, constantly running, analyzing, dissecting, and questioning. This constant mental activity, while leading to brilliant insights, can also be utterly exhausting and overwhelming. It's like having an internal dialogue that never ceases, a committee meeting that runs 24/7, debating every possibility, every consequence, every what if. They can get caught in endless loops of rumination, replaying past conversations, dissecting future scenarios, or endlessly contemplating abstract concepts. This overthinking isn't a choice, it's a default setting. It makes it difficult to simply be in the moment, to quiet the noise to find true inner peace. Sleep often eludes them as their minds continue to churn long after the body yearns for rest. This relentless mental activity can lead to anxiety, depression, and a pervasive sense of mental fatigue. The very tool that brings them profound understanding also traps them in a labyrinth of their own creation, where every thought breeds another, and true silence becomes an elusive luxury. This internal complexity often leads to significant social alienation. In a world that frequently prioritizes superficial interactions, quick answers, and consensus, the deep thinker can feel profoundly out of step. Small talk feels trivial, mundane conversations feel like static, and the casual dismissal of important issues by others can be deeply frustrating. They crave genuine connection, meaningful dialogue, and conversations that delve beneath the surface, exploring ideas, emotions, and the intricacies of the human experience. But finding individuals who share this yearning for depth can be incredibly challenging. They often find themselves in situations where they are misunderstood, dismissed as too serious, too sensitive, or overthinking things. This feeling of being fundamentally different, of seeing the world through a lens that few others share, can lead to profound loneliness. They might feel like an alien observing humanity, struggling to bridge the gap between their rich inner world and the often simplistic realities of external interaction. This loneliness isn't about being alone physically. It's a deep, aching sense of not being seen or truly understood, of having to guard their true thoughts and feelings to navigate social landscapes. They might even try to suppress their natural inclinations, to dumb down their thoughts or pretend to be less complex, which only adds another layer of suffering, the pain of self-betrayal. Perhaps the most profound suffering of the deep thinker stems from their grappling with existential questions, while others might be content with accepted narratives or simply avoid pondering their own mortality, purpose, or the vastness of the cosmos. The deep thinker cannot. They are compelled to confront the abyss, to question meaning in a seemingly meaningless universe, to wrestle with the inevitability of death and the often absurd nature of human existence. They ponder the fleetingness of life, the vastness of time, and the ultimate insignificance of individual endeavors against the backdrop of eternity. This confrontation with fundamental truths, while intellectually stimulating, is rarely comforting. It can lead to a pervasive sense of angst, a feeling of being adrift in an indifferent universe, or a profound realization that many of the things society values are ultimately transient and without inherent meaning. They might struggle with the concept of free will, the nature of consciousness, or the ethical dilemmas of a complex world without clear answers. The search for truth, for answers to these ultimate questions, often leads not to solace, but to more questions, more uncertainty, and a deeper appreciation of the vastness of what remains unknown. This can be terrifying, leaving them feeling profoundly unmoored and anxious about the very foundations of reality. Furthermore, the deep thinker often suffers from the very knowledge they acquire. The more they learn, the more they realize how much they don't know, or how complex and interconnected every problem truly is. A superficial understanding might offer simple solutions, but a deep understanding reveals layers of nuance, conflicting interests, and unintended consequences. This can lead to a form of paralysis, where the clarity of a simple path forward is obscured by the recognition of countless complex variables. They see the flaws in every proposed solution, the potential for harm in every good intention. This isn't pessimism, it's a consequence of thorough analysis. It makes it difficult for them to be decisive, to act quickly, or to embrace simplistic narratives. They bear the burden of knowing too much, of seeing the intricate web of cause and effect, which can make them hesitate, question, and ultimately feel overwhelmed by the sheer scale of the challenges facing humanity and themselves. The more light they shine, the more shadows they perceive, and these shadows can be deeply unsettling. They become acutely aware of their own limitations, the limits of human knowledge, and the precariousness of all that we hold dear. So, is the life of a deep thinker condemned to perpetual suffering? Not necessarily, but it requires a different kind of strength and a profound acceptance. The suffering isn't something to be eradicated, but rather understood, integrated, and perhaps even leveraged. For it is through this suffering, this constant grappling with discomfort, that their minds are sharpened, their insights deepened, and their capacity for empathy expanded. Their pain is not meaningless. It is often the crucible in which their unique contributions are forged. One path towards mitigating this suffering lies in finding solace, not in superficial distractions, but in embracing the very depth that causes their pain. This means seeking out spaces and connections where their true selves can be seen and appreciated. It involves a deliberate effort to connect with other deep thinkers, even if they are few and far between. For in shared understanding, loneliness can be transmuted into connection. It means cultivating moments of profound silence and introspection, not to ruminate endlessly, but to integrate their thoughts, to find pockets of stillness amidst the mental storm. They learn to be their own best company, to find joy in their solitude, knowing that within their rich inner world lies a universe waiting to be explored. It also means finding avenues for expression. The deep thinker often carries a wellspring of insights, observations, and emotions that need an outlet. Whether through writing, art, philosophical discussion, or contributing to causes that align with their profound understanding of the world's needs, channeling their internal landscape into external creation can be incredibly therapeutic. This act of creation transforms the burden of awareness into a gift for others, allowing their unique perspective to illuminate paths, inspire thought, or simply offer comfort to those who also feel lost in the depths. Ultimately, the suffering of deep thinkers is a testament to their profound humanity. It is a sign of their openness to the world's complexities, their refusal to settle for simplistic answers, and their boundless capacity for empathy. Their suffering is not a weakness, but a consequence of their strength of mind, their strength of heart. It is the price of admission to a deeper understanding of existence. And while it may be heavy, it is also what makes them capable of extraordinary compassion, profound wisdom, and a unique ability to navigate the intricate currents of life. Their pain reminds us that to truly see, to truly feel, to truly understand often comes with a cost, but it is a cost that, in its own way, makes them the most intensely, beautifully, and agonizingly alive among us.